Raeese, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing all right.
Good stuff, good stuff. Obviously, fight night fast approaching. How's camp been, first of all? How are things?
Camp's been good. It was starting up and stopping and starting and stopping due to, COVID and stuff like that. But camp's been pretty good.
How have you dealt with that? Obviously, the getting close to making weight and getting fight ready, then having to start again almost.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because, you want to peak at the right time and then cutting weight, that can always be a challenge. But, you know, uh, we just stayed focused and got through it.
Now, obviously, fighting next weekend, Eduardo Baez is the opponent on fight night, co-main event as well. How big of a fight is this for you? Obviously, this is almost the step before the big step.
Right, right. Well, it's a huge fight. Every fight I have is a huge fight. But this is a big fight, and I'm fighting a pressure fighter. Somebody who will put his forehead on yours if you let him. So it's going to be an explosive fight. I expect a war.
How do you combat against that? Do you fight fire with fire? Do you dance around him? What's not the game plan as such? I don't want to give anything away as such, Raeese, but how do you combat against a fighter like this?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to trust my instincts, and I'm just going to listen to my coach. If we have to make adjustments, we'll make adjustments. I think the edge for me going into this fight, he's never faced a fighter like me. So I think that's a huge plus in my favor.
You mentioned it's a big fight. Every fight's a big fight. You're on the verge of a world title shot, a WBA potential mandatory shot coming up. How much pressure does that add going into this fight?
No pressure. It is what it is. I just have to continue to be me and just do my thing. Regardless of what's going on around me, I have to perform. Showing up and showing out is what I do, and that's what I expect to do on the 27th.
Talking of added pressure, obviously an undefeated fighter. How much pressure does your own bring you?
I don't really think it brings me any pressure. It just says how good of a fighter that I am, and boxing is a sport of what have you done for me lately? You have to continuously prove yourself in this sport. And this is just another test that I have to prove that I'm the best.
You say there's a test to prove that you're the best. For those who may not have seen you before or who may not have heard of yourself, obviously over here in the UK, why should viewers tune in and watch yourself?
Because I'm an exciting fighter to watch. I throw punches and bunches. I create my own angles. You might see something you've never seen before. But I'm bringing it. I'm not holding. I'm not running. I'm trying to hurt you.
Obviously, as well, next Saturday night, the main event, Steph Fulton against Brandon Figueroa. Again, both guys you've had your eye on as well. How much of a close eye will you be keeping on that one after your fight?
After my fight, I'll probably watch a little bit of that fight. I'll probably try to catch the championship rounds of that fight. I predict Fulton to win. Should be a great fight. Figueroa's a great fighter, but Fulton just has to go out there and box him, and I think he wins.
Why do you think he wins? Do you think he's just a better boxer than him? Or Figueroa's come off a great win against Luis Nery, one that personally shocked myself, if I'm honest with you. But to be fair, Fulton come off a good win as well against Angelo Leo.
Well, Figueroa gets hit with everything in the kitchen sink. Fulton may not be a big hitter, but he's sharp, so he'll catch Figueroa left and right. And Figueroa's only path to victory, in my opinion, he has to knock him out. He doesn't knock Fulton out, he simply loses on points. Just that simple.
And in recent news of yourself, it has been ordered yourself to fight potentially Azat Hovhannissian. I hope I pronounced that correctly and not butchered his surname there. But again, like I say, another step closer to where you want to be. What is the goal? Obviously, towards the end now of 2021, 2022 will be a very big year for yourself. Are we looking at world titles early, mid, late 2022 for yourself?
Oh, well, I'm hoping early 2022 is when I get the world title shot. Early to mid, I want to fight as much as possible. I'm ready. I stay in the gym. I'm hungry. So it all just depends. I have to come out of this fight clean, no cuts, no bruises, no injuries. And then I'll just be excited to jump back in the ring. So hopefully February, March, we'll see.
For yourself, obviously, a world title is the pinnacle of any boxer's career, and that's the reason why boxers get into the sport. For yourself, somebody who has dedicated yourself to the sport, you've taken yourself away from your family, your daughter, and you've moved away and you've gone hiding in camp. What would it mean to yourself to get that world title?
It means everything. Like you said, that's why we do this. That's why we jump out of bed excited, hitting the gym, doing 2 days, doing 3 days. But like for me personally, like I made the ultimate sacrifice, moving 2,000 miles away from my daughter just to pursue boxing, and I did it by myself, but it's for the world title. I've never took my eyes off the prize, and I'm still climbing up the ladder until I get it.
Do you feel that move you made and the sacrifices that you've made, do you feel that has helped you in your career? Do you feel that's got you to where you are now?
Oh yeah, 100%. I took the keys to my life and my career and I put it in my own hands. I stopped listening to people around me and I just started listening to Raeese Aleem, and that's how I get to this point right now. So I've been making the right decisions and the right sacrifices. It's just time to put on a show.
You mentioned something there very interesting. You stop listening to people around you, you listen to yourself, and you put yourself first, essentially. Especially in boxing, there's a lot of yes men, a lot of people around fighters who are there when you're winning, and they're the first to go when you're down and out. How important is that for yourself, especially? Have you experienced stuff like that? How important is it to you to listen to yourself and have the right team around you?
I feel like it's extremely important. You have the wrong people around you, they can easily drag you down, especially in a sport like boxing. Nobody's with you when you're fighting in the ring. It's just you. So if anybody's going to have your back, you better have your own back and, move accordingly. So that's just what I try to do. I make the right moves and I can live with it, whether it goes one way or another, but I'm going to do me.
Absolutely. The best way to be as well. Just move away from yourself a little bit. Just want to talk a little bit about the general topics in boxing currently. Obviously, we recently saw the Canelo versus Caleb Plant fight. For yourself, Canelo, is he #1 pound for pound?
I mean, I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I don't really see anybody beating Canelo. I would love to see him and Benavidez fight over him and Charlo. I think he edges Charlo out and beats Charlo, but I'd love to see him and Benavidez. But as far as right now, I'd have to say, yeah, Canelo is probably that #1 pound for pound fighter.
For Canelo, how far is too far? We've seen him go and fight Kovalev at light heavyweight. There's talk of the Bivens, Beterbievs. How far is too far?
I mean, you never really know. I mean, light heavyweight's probably pushing it, but you never really know. Styles make fights. It depends on who's in front of you and the opportunity. So you never really know. I mean, Roy Jones, for instance, it's you never really know. It depends on the individual, on the fighter.
And we mentioned obviously Canelo around and about #1 for pound. Another man in the mixed area is Terence Crawford. Fights this weekend. It's Sean Porter. Sean Porter, a man who says no to nobody, fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. How'd you see that fight going?
I'm a big Crawford fan. He's versatile as far as he can fight southpaw and orthodox. I picture Crawford winning. I see Porter trying to make it a dogfight. I feel like that's his path to victory. Make him uncomfortable. Make it a pretty much a brawl. But I have Crawford winning that fight. They probably go the distance. I don't really think he stops him, but I definitely have Crawford winning.
And just finally, Raeese, before I let you go, a message to your fans who will be watching you next week on the 27th.
Oh, just follow me in my career. I'm gonna try to put on a show. I've been on a knockout streak, and I don't see this fight being any different. I just want to hurt this guy and get him out of there.
Raeese, the best of luck, and thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.